Okay, everyone, I got out of the Oscar-nominated live-action shorts. There was only 5. They didn't have any honorable mentions this time because it went over 2 hours. So there's at least 2 hours worth of movie watching for 5 shorts. Now, I'm going to talk about each short, and then I will say which one was my favorite and which one I would actually pick if I could vote for the Academy Awards. Anyways, so the first one was called Persevani. I could be butchering that, I apologize. But it's about a young Afghan woman living in Switzerland. She's an immigrant working there and sending money back home to her home country. And we only get to know her, I think, for a couple days, as she's underage, but she's trying to go to Western Union and send some money, but she doesn't have a current ID. So she tries to enlist the help of people living in Switzerland, and she meets a young woman, and she kind of goes on this journey this evening, and hopefully this woman that's a few years older than her, probably like 18, 19 years old, will help her out and help her to send money back home. This one was really good. I really enjoyed this one. It's only 25 minutes long. I liked the cast. I don't know anybody, of course, from this cast, but the movie was well made. It was shot. It was produced very, very well. And I liked the story. It was a simple story to follow and get into, and perfect for a short. You know, in and out as fast as we can, all under 25 minutes. And I thought the story was very touching, and was just a nice story. It felt good. I felt good watching it, and I liked it. I liked it a lot. The next one I saw was called Butter Lamp. And this movie is from the direction of one location. This guy is taking pictures. He's out in the middle of nowhere in Tibet, and I don't know what the photographer is. He might be Chinese or something, and he's taking photos in front of they'll roll down a certain image in the background, and then these people who live there will get in front of it and they'll get their picture. So for some of them, it's probably the first picture that they've ever taken. So every moment after the picture snaps, it goes to black, and then we get a new kind of group of people that'll come in, and it almost feels like they just went out in the middle of nowhere and they shot something, and then they took the best moments of whatever they shot and formed this little short. The short's about 14, 16 minutes long, between that much, and it was pretty cool. It was kind of interesting. We had one shot, and it's just the photographer's point of view, and then at the end they kind of show you what's really in the background, and I felt that to be interesting, and I would be interested to see if anybody else has seen this and they can explain to me what was actually really in the background. I mean, I could see what it was, but I was like, what is that in that country? But it's just, again, a day in the life of this photographer, and we get to see his one point of view as he's taking pictures with them, and they're asking what they want in the background, and they take it away, and then at the end, when they're shipping up and going away, they reveal what's actually behind. And so, interesting film. I liked it. It was kind of cool. A little experimental, in my opinion. I think it was more experimental than there's actually a story being told. After that was the one movie that actually stars some people that I did recognize. The short is called The Phone Call, and it runs about 20 to 21 minutes, and it stars Sally Hawkins. Love Sally Hawkins from Paddington, and what's that one that she's in that I just love so much? She's so great in the film, and Happy Go Lucky. Yes, thank you. And then also in the film is Jim Broadbent. Now, this film, of course, is a short, as I said, duh. But it's about a woman who works at a crisis hotline center, and she gets a phone call from a man who's played by Jim Broadbent. And he lost his wife a few years ago, and he's on the phone, and he's telling her that he's going to end his life, and he just wants someone to talk to, and she's really trying to save his life. And she's trying to wondering if she's actually ever talked to this woman before. And so we're also wondering with her, and it's all really almost in one location. We do see some images of the guy's house, but we never really see Jim Broadbent. We only hear his voice. The majority of the movie is just Sally Hawkins on the screen talking to us or talking on the phone as we're experiencing this one moment in this one time. And it's almost like it's done in real time. I really enjoyed this film. I got really emotional, especially how can you not when you see a great actress like Sally Hawkins just give all her all in 20 minutes worth of time. And when she broke down, I broke down just a little bit, and I was very moved by this story. And I felt like it could have been longer. It could have been a lot longer. The next one that I saw was the longest of these shorts at 40 minutes. It's a film called Aya, and it's about a woman who is at this big international airport, I think near Jerusalem, and she's waiting for somebody, but we really don't know who she's waiting for. And there's all these other people that are waiting for somebody. I like the way the movie starts. The beginning of the scene is we're like in this room, and there's all these balloons on, it looks like on the ceiling of this room. We're like wondering what this room is, and then you see it's an airport, and people, as they hug each other, the balloons that they were carrying at one time go up to the ceiling, and there's like SpongeBob and all these other different kind of characters. I can't remember any others. I just remember SpongeBob was one of them because the SpongeBob movie just got released. But her story is that she's waiting for somebody, but because of happenstance or miscommunication, she is asked by this guy who's holding this sign for this other driver that had to leave if she could hold the sign until the other driver comes back. But the other driver never comes back, and she's kind of stuck with the sign of this person's name, and this person shows up, and he's there doing business in Jerusalem, and they kind of go on this drive together as she's kind of contemplating the fact, should I tell him that I'm just some woman, that I'm not really his driver, but I'll take him where he needs to go. So there's this weird kind of bond, friendships, relationship, human connection that kind of happens in a car. Majority of the movie is actually just in a car, two people talking about their lives, and I was surprised that majority of this movie was actually in English. And I did recognize the guy in the film. I had seen him in some other films. I don't know where he's from originally, but I remember seeing him in the remake to The Thing, or I should say the prequel to The Thing from 2011. He had a major part in that, but I can't really remember what his name was. But I thought the girl who played Aya, whatever her name is, she was very lovely to look at, and she was really good. And, you know, for being a 40-minute short, it went by really fast and was interesting the whole time, even though a lot of the majority of the film was just in a car. Finally, the final short that I saw, I think, is the shortest of the shorts, live action shorts, and it's called Boogaloo and Graham. And this one tells the story of two kids living in Belfast, Ireland in 1978. They live with their mother, and their dad kind of comes and goes when he pleases. And one day he comes and he gives these two kids, his sons, chickens, little baby chicken, chip, 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 chip. And they decide to name one of the chickens Boogaloo and the other one Graham, and they really just bond with these two chickens over the course of a short. I mean, the short looks like it goes over the course of maybe a month or a week or whatever, as their parents are kind of bonding together, and they say that we are pregnant, so they're gonna have another brother or sister in that family. And at the same time, the kids. One of my favorite parts of the movie was the kids, like when they're all sitting down at dinner, and like, we are now gonna be vegetarians unless we eat sausage or roast, but we're not eating chickens anymore. They just wanted with these chickens. I like this one a lot. This was the one where I felt could have been an entire feature film. I think they could take this 14-minute feature and make it into a 90-minute feature film. I think it'd be interesting enough to see the progression of these chickens with these kids as they're growing up. So as the chickens are coming of age, the kids are coming of age, and this family is kind of growing, especially at the backdrop of what's going on in their town. There's a lot of turmoil, soldiers everywhere, lots of other stuff going on. But of course, the movie just really centers on these two kids and the parents. As you know, there may be a chance that the chickens they might eat the chickens, but the kids are like, no, please don't eat the chickens, they're our friends. So that was really clever and fun, and I could see that one becoming an entire feature-length film. Overall, I thought these shorts were pretty good, and the one that I would pick if I could vote for the Academy Awards for Best Live Action Short, I'd probably pick The Phone Call. I think The Phone Call had, in its period of time, it was the most emotionally involving of all of those films, and I really enjoyed just the little moment, the human moment that happened in this movie. I just thought it was well acted, well shot, and I liked how confined it was in these just certain areas. And it was very moving. It was the only one that really moved me the most. So I would say The Phone Call, starring Sally Hawkins and Jim Broadbent. That would be my choice. In the comment box below, have you seen any of these shorts that are currently nominated for Best Live Action Short for the Academy Awards? Put them down in the comment box below if you've seen any of these things on the theater, on the internet, anywhere. I'd like to know. And it was fun. I would love to do this next year if I can. There's no time for me to find some time to see the documentary shorts because they're happening on the weekend. I work on the weekends, so I can't go and see the documentary short films, which I'm kind of bummed about. If something should happen and I can go, then I will go, but right now it looks like that's not going to happen. But it was still great to go see the live action films, the 5 live action films, and then see the 5 animated films, as well as see some more animated films tonight. So that was pretty cool. And was a great experience, especially for a movie lover like myself. Has anybody else done this and went to try and find the shorts in their area to go to the theater and see them? I'd like to know. Thank you so much for watching. It's been fun to talk about all of these films, and it was a treat to watch. Hopefully, some of these filmmakers that I'm seeing right now and their movies, they'll be able to, from this opportunity being nominated, they'll be able to make their shorts into features or turn their own stories into features. That's awesome. And anybody who's making shorts, I have friends and stuff like that. I just wish them all the best. And hopefully they can turn their short projects into feature projects, or just turn their short projects to be seen so they can get the money to fund their feature projects. That's what I would love to see. Thank you so much for watching. I am MovieManCHAD. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePile.com. And if you've enjoyed this review video, please subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. In the meantime, have a great day, a wonderful night, and a wonderful life. And I'll talk to you in my next video for my own channel. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Bye, everyone. Peace be with you, my friends.